AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Get right into it.
We
man.
live.
Big Flea. Biggest y'all.
I got a mirror over there to my left reminding me I gotta go jogging. How everybody feeling today? And I got a sweater on, so I'm like, nah, that's crazy.
So wait a minute. For the last 2.5, 3 years, every time you turn this way and say you're looking at yourself,
I would rather say yes because it sounds funnier, but no. Remember, I switched rooms a couple months ago.
you did. So now the mirror that's on the door, on the back of the door, is what you. I got it. I understand. You cut your beard, you want to look at yourself more. I got it.
I'm
Cut
not
your
a
beard. You
narcissist.
had your beard full. You went in the bathroom. You didn't even turn the lights on when you had the full beard. You wasn't even looking at yourself. You wasn't combing it. Didn't groom it.
That's a lie. I was combing it every day.
That's a lie. I was trying to get it off, but you told me I was lying. So I tried to get it off, but it didn't work.
Well, we know who's been getting it off.
Pause. I'm 43.
There's no way around that. Thanks, Flea.
Welcome.
These damn OKC Thunder. Bomba clot. Did I say that with?
Yo. Nah. Dominicans. When's the last time you seen a Dominican try to say something in Jamaican besides you?
They do it all the time. In New York, it happens all the time.
Yo, what's John Leguizamo? Is he a Rican? He Puerto Rican?
Yeah, he's bawdy.
He's bawdy. Yeah, see how y'all get y'all. What does bawdy mean?
Boricua.
Boricua. Tell me.
Boricua, Puerto Rican.
Oh, that's what Puerto Rican is in Spanish?
You just say it. Boricua. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
I've heard Boricua for a long time. I just never understood what it meant.
It's like, I guess, the original term, indigenous. It's probably Indian.
Boom, boom, boom. Yo, what's that song? I got it in my head right now. Big pun. Damn. And we won't stop. You know we always make it. Even though we played, we still made it to the top.
Puro rock, puro.
Yeah, there you go.
And you know he was super nice.
That's the summertime. That's summertime. What's that? Summer of what?
That's 2000.
2000, yeah. Maybe
So let me tell you something about. Yo, I've been to Puerto Rico twice. The second time I went, I almost went crazy. You need to go there. Fuck DR. Straight up. No. DR is crazy.
No.
DR is
I'm going
too
to Colombia.
crazy.
I'm going to Colombia first before I do any of that.
Nah, I'm trying to tell you something, man. I'm trying to tell you something. They speak English in Puerto Rico, in San Juan.
So now they can't rob you. All right. Well, now they probably still could rob you, but
Colombia and Puerto Rico. Let me tell you, hold on. I don't know if they do it anymore, but in the PR, these dudes were doing their eyebrows like girls. And we'll off with your head.
These are my real shits. Don't try to shoot at me. These is my real shits.
That's not a no. See those?
These are my real shits.
Right, but the barber did that for you.
No. The barber don't go nowhere below here. He don't touch nothing. He touches the face. He don't. Yo, don't play with me, bro. This is all natural, nigga.
That's not how it looks with them. It was looking like girl shit.
Then dark, high oct. Yes,
Gangsters. See that look you got? Straight, it'll be straightened up like, oh, we hit. Puerto Rico's wild, bro. Or was.
Take me to the Bacardi warehouse. They got a Bacardi experience out in Puerto Rico. Take me there.
The Bodie Bacardi's experience?
Yeah, I don't want to be around none of you niggas. Gangsters that color their eyebrows in. I don't want to be around none of them niggas.
We're gonna delete this part. I want hey, oye, mi gente, que lo que?
Okay, whatever. We're gonna delete this part because you scared of them.
Yep.
Look at that. You just admitted to being scared of niggas that draw on their eyebrows.
Flea. I'm gonna
niggas is butt. Let's move on to OKC. Niggas is butt. Don't ever let me...
I'm definitely deleting this shit.
Don't ever let me see a nigga with his pale skin and his eyebrows is. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do before I put my hand. What do you want to do?
Me, I'm probably gonna have to make funeral arrangements for my friend that I brought over to Puerto Rico trying to be cool.
Oh no, I'm not gonna behave like that over there.
I'm deleting this so that we don't have to worry about any of behavior or any such behavior taking place. And I got my people over there too, man.
Fine Flea at the Puerto Rican Day Parade every year. First weekend of June every year. I'm outside. I love them.
Wild trash. You're supposed to go to the thing the day before. Never the parade. I went to the parade 2 times in my life. 1 time in my life. Never again. There was no need.
I caught a heat stroke out there one time. I was out there sitting on 5th Avenue. Or what is it? 7th Avenue, 5th Avenue? What does it go down?
I don't even remember. I think it's 5th.
It's 5th Avenue, whatever it was. I remember sitting on the sidewalk with my head in my lap. I couldn't move, bro. I was sitting down on the curb while the parade is going on.
We made it to the top.
with that playing.
And we won't stop.
They had enough of our banter. What we got?
Listen, man. You see the thing right there, man. OKC will break records. It is what it is. They going crazy. They ruined the NBA, Flea. But how do we get there, man? Let's pull up a video. I don't know what your name is, but I guess we'll give you credit. And if you give me a copyright claim, we're gonna have to delete the whole shit, and me and Flea just gonna have to talk about it. So whatever. But the OKC Thunder, what are they, 20-1 now? Bananas, Flea. Bananas. I don't even know how to feel about them. I don't remember.
Trailblazers.
Wow. Oh, because they just played them. That's the Forbes Center or whatever it is. I just read about that.
They didn't lose last night, but the first time they played the Blazers, they lost.
And they went back and got their revenge because they got Jalen back. And it was like 19-1 without Jalen Williams. They're going crazy. So very reminiscent, partly reminiscent of the Chicago Bulls. We'll get to that in a second. But let's see how, OKC got here, man. It's just your man with the dud of the face. And of course, it's a throwback of your man.
Nah, my man to the left too. He's John Anderson. He's no longer there too.
He did? Hold on, real quick. How do you feel about Elle? What's her name? Elle Duncan leaving?
Yeah, going to Netflix. I love it. I would like Netflix to have some kind of sports division. And if Elle is going to be a part of it, I like it. She's great at her job. I thought that I honestly thought if you wanted to ask me my preferred pick to be the host or moderator of First Take, it would have been Elle, really, above anybody else. But her personality, very strong. She knows her sports. So it would be kind of hard for her to be moderator as opposed to contributor. So
what's the issue with having someone do that?
You asking me?
Yes.
You asking me?
Yeah.
What is the problem with that?
Yeah.
Because she's not passionate about being a moderator. She's passionate about her what she thinks, her contribution to the conversation, her thought, and how just from how I watch her her natural ability is not one to control a conversation. It's one to be a part of the conversation. So many times we find ourselves here on live with my brothers and things go off the rails. It's great TV. It's great for people that are watching. But guess what? Fabian forgets sometimes that he's a moderator. So the famous line, Fabian, do your job. Get us back in order. Now other people say that to him because he forgets that he's a moderator. You're more passionate about contributing than you are moderating. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
I'm more passionate about doing the right thing the right way, doing things the right way. And I will say this, now that you said that, number one, I'm passionate to contribute, but I'm also passionate, like the moderator thing. I do kind of have a sense of pride in that when I'm finding a way to transition on the fly.
Two different P words, pride and passion, two different.
Both apply when I'm moderating and you transition from one topic to the other. I think there's a style in that, but you can't get caught up in the argument. When you have a producer in your ear telling you, do your job, like these things can happen. And even with the do your job thing, the fact that we're doing that in real time, I think makes it part of the show. And I know it would look unprofessional, but, and I think that's the irony with Cam and Mase, that they're doing that. They're making fun of First Take on the low because they're supposed to be the professional look and we're not professional. Meanwhile, First Take, you seriously think that you are a sports expert, Stephen A. Smith? That is the funny part of First Take. So you're going to take yourself so seriously that the moderator can't contribute and you can't tell them to do their job. We turned it into a punchline because you take yourself too seriously. So that's how we know. But then again, that's part of the fourth wall, right? Like, no, we really do take ourselves seriously, but we really don't. We're full of shit. So it's kind of like the comic book shit.
That's the fun. Yeah, that's the fun in it. Stephen A will never tell you that he don't take himself too serious because he's always going to be like, I'm the one, when I come in the room, I want to control the room, right? Like the best part about our show is that I don't think we ever compete on trying to control the room. I overtalk, OG overtalks, you overtalk sometimes when you're passionate about things, but like that's what makes us great because we know our roles. We play them well. We don't step on anybody. I mean, when Flea gets a little ridiculous, y'all gotta grab me by the back of the collar and be like, all right, calm down. But aside from that, like that's why our chemistry is the way it is. That's why everybody can't do this. Fuck all that. Let me get my bag real quick. Fuck the OKC Thunder real quick. That's why everybody can't do this. Everybody calls this, oh, how's your little podcast doing, Colin? How's the little podcast doing? Little my ass. You do it. Everybody got something to say. Oh, y'all not big yet. Nah, y'all shit ain't pop yet. Y'all not this, y'all not that. Working every day. Working. There's not no handouts. I don't know these niggas. I know them now. I don't know these niggas. You see why he's laughing? Because I'm telling the truth. I don't know these niggas, but I know them now. My point is that Fabian's not a brother that I grew up with. OG ain't a brother that I grew up with. We met each other post-COVID and are now inseparable. Have some of the best on-screen chemistry that you're going to get. We working. Everybody can't do this. Find somebody that could do it like we did it. Send me the link. I'll take a look at them.
I see a lot of podcasts out there, and I like Joe Budden. Another one bites the dust.
I love it.
He like him with Rory Mal. You can't even explain it. That chemistry, for whatever reason, it worked. And I don't know if there's other podcasts that's even just chemistry wise. I was like the timing. It was crazy because they were in the middle of turmoil. They even like each other at a certain point, and it was like that's crazy.
And it was still rolling. It was still rolling.
Magic. That's why I say, like, you can't ruin the magic. I don't care what Joe Budden says. Now, I don't know if he would have been making as much bread as he is now, him personally, but
Ian Schwartzman saved his life.
How so?
got his business together. Joe's business was never together. His business was just never, ever together. And I think aligning himself with Ian finally got his business together and then opened some doors up and started to expose him to how this shit works, how certain things work. Joe's always been a smart dude, but I don't think he always had the right people around him. Tell me who Joe Budden's manager was before Ian. I would like to know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, we don't know, and not that it matters, but I just feel like attaching himself with Ian, understanding that you could just stay in the podcast lane. He don't gotta dibble and dabble, meaning he don't gotta go and try to rap still. You're gonna find Kiss on other features and other and Kiss ain't done. Fat Joe not done. Certain niggas ain't done yet. They might not be as active. Hold on, Ray. I see your face. I see your face. I got you. They might not be as active, but I don't think they're done. Joe done. Joe's not making no more music. Joe's not coming out of retirement or out of the woodworks and is gonna pop up on somebody's song, right? When Tory Lanez gets let out of jail, no, Joe is not gonna hop on any of his features. He ain't doing that, and he loves Tory Lanez, but he's not doing that, bro. He's not doing that.
He has 8 more years or 7.
Tory gonna come home before that, but yeah, if we just being honest, yeah.
I think Fat Joe has a chance. He's been had a chance to. I thought he's always been a star personality. Same thing with Nori and Joe Budden. I always said when I heard him on the radio 20 years ago, it was like I couldn't believe it was him on the radio. I woke up one day, he was on Hot 97 in the morning. I'm like, that's Joe Budden. Like, he's likable. Yep. I like him. I hated the rapper. Never liked him. The fake Jay-Z role he was going on, and he was the fake punchline Fab and Jadakiss thing. Was like,
but then when he walk in the room with some of them killers know. When he walk in the room, niggas know. Like, oh, okay.
Well, rapping.
He might not like Joe. Are you dumb? Are you kidding me?
Listen, I get it. The same thing with the other guys. It's a lot of guys is like
what that. Other guys?
Lupe Fiasco.
Rapper.
Yes. He can rap. They can. I'm not saying he can't rap. I'm saying I never liked his rap. Especially compared to what you compare his rap to him as a podcast personality. Superstardom is not even close. We saw it with AKademiks. Then we saw it again with Rory Mal. Then we saw it again with these guys. With a whole new cast. It's his whole new friends that he got from the street.
He's a superstar at that. He's
always,
a superstar at that.
Always has been. Which brings me back to my original point. When I heard him on Hot 97, I said, yo, that's his calling. Everybody can't do that. That is hard. To just get on a microphone and just say, I can't do that. I am not that interesting by myself with the microphone in front of me. That's insane. Once I hear Howard Stern level kind of, that's ill. The star, like Star and Book Wild, he was on drugs. And Joe Budden was on drugs. He did it on and off drugs, apparently. And I was going to say that. I think when he got off the drugs, he had like a huge intersection with that podcast shit. Because the AKademiks thing, the show with him, Everyday Struggle, the Migos thing put him on another stratosphere because if you didn't know who he was, we knew who he was because he was smashing every girl that we liked.
Yeah, but Fabian, hold on. Let's back up a little bit. If we just talking about this right now.
Sure.
Joe was on Love and Hip Hop getting beat up by Consequence. Right? Like
I wouldn't say beat up.
He didn't get beat up. I'm being funny. Constance from Queens, and so I got to show Constance love.
I'm not showing him no love for that corny shit. Go ahead.
He popped on him.
Whack.
He popped on him. Now what?
He's annoying. But go ahead. So he was on Love and Hip Hop.
He can write too. Hell of a writer. But
Good Morning America.
Hell of a writer. But no, I'm just saying that we've seen other instances from Joe. We've seen when he was scrapping and scraping, daddy. Like he was, you know what I'm saying? He was scrapping and scraping for money. He was trying to scrape it up, trying to stay relevant.
Okay.
Hiding under Tahiri's bed.
Hilarious.
arguing about pieces of hair on the bed sheets, right? Like,
But again, that's the personality. That's where his stardom was at, and it started there. Similar to Cardi B, where she's a personality. She used love and hip hop, all these things to elevate her as a star. But what are these people? They're personalities. So I don't know who else is in this department from back in the day, because Kim Kardashian kind of logoed the whole thing, where it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Like, you really have no talent, and we're looking to see you. She's that popular. Joe Budden's talent is that he can make anything interesting. He can make any subject. That's a guy that like he can really. And I'm like, yo, this guy is such a fucking bullshitter. He could sell anything, and I know he's full of shit, but I want to listen. That's a great salesman. He's amazing.
Best salesman ever. Best salesman ever.
I want to say, fuck Joe Rogan. If Joe Budden stops holding back and he really wants to take that shit over, to me, he should be the best podcaster ever, one of the best broadcasters ever. He can make any conversation interesting, smart dude, and he just knows how to navigate a conversation. He knows what to ask, and a lot of times he holds back, especially in hip hop, because of the relationships and shit like that. I can tell. But there was an intersection that happened with the everyday struggle shit, love and hip hop ending. The raps wasn't going the way it was. He was never going to get rich like he was in that with this, especially with the bad deals. He never was going to be that popular anyway or rapping, because he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that forte to me. And I know it takes a lot of marketing. I get it. People can make stars, but motherfuckers have the marketing, and they're geniuses, and that shit catapults. I just don't see it. Never saw that with him, but we saw it with this. And I think he saw, just like Cardi B, these spikes in popularity, and he said, hold on, my IP is me. Now everyday struggle got me here. Yo, how much y'all charging for advertising here? Yeah, I want to raise. All right, then I'm out. Then with Rory Mal, he took his popularity and took it to a podcast with his homeboys, and then that shit ended.
But Joe's always been a smart individual when it comes to that. When it comes to being ahead of the game with how this internet shit works, right? He's one of, like, when you go back to the 2008, 9, 10 era of Twitter, right? Anybody that remembers 2008, 9, and 10 Twitter, that was a different era for Twitter. Like, it was the wild. Y'all think it's the wild, wild west right now with people just saying what up. That Twitter back then was the wild, wild west. And for the culture, from my memory, Fab was big.
I was gonna say
and
that.
Joe Budden, right? They were extremely entertaining when Twitter in its infancy, right? But then he kind of figures out how to corner the markets with all of these different things, and now he's got.
He was on YouTube. He was on YouTube before that. The Joe Budden channel is that
Joe Budden TV, right? If you go back, like, here's the thing: if you go back and look, all of the guys that are around right now were around then.
Yes,
they just didn't see the vision.
I saw Ish play Monopoly.
Right, we've seen Ish in his bedroom with Tahiri laying in the bed, and they all in the same room, like, just
I didn't
talking.
See all that. I didn't see all that.
Yeah, like they're in the bedroom, and he's in there, and him and Joe are arguing about something. But then I've seen on Joe Budden TV where Ice makes an appearance. Like, certain guys been around for a while. That's why he always says, now where the podcast is at right now, I'm doing it with my friends. Like, Rory and Mal were really acquaintances. He lived with Mal, and Rory was more of an acquaintance in that relationship built. But Ish, Ice, Corey, that you never see, Parks is his original engineer for forever, right? So that all these relationships that he's rocking with now, with the exception of Mark and Flip and Mona, but even him and Mel Ford go all the way back 20 plus years, when Mel was just still a video vixen and he's a rapper. Like, so he started to do this shit with actual people that he likes, as opposed to, I'm gonna pit myself with AKademiks and the Deska because Complex wants me to do it. It was great. They were great.
That was better than this.
No.
That was way better than this.
I can feel you. I'm not a fan of AKademiks. I don't think AKademiks is good at anything. So that's why it was a hard.
Oh, you are. Listen,
I think
felt,
that show was great, but Academics is a hard watch.
hold on, I felt the same exact way you did about Academics. That everyday struggle shit helped him grow up, getting embarrassed by Joe Budden and all that, making friends with Joe Budden to understand, yo, Charlamagne's your man? You sure about that? This industry ain't friendly for you, bro. And that relationship with Joe Budden helped him understand the evil behind the business. And that's what I personally feel. And then of course, Academics is getting older, and the Chirac thing put him in a bad light. But I thought that after that and his live streams, let's say during that Drake and Kendrick shit, was super legendary classic. You couldn't get a Drake fan to be live streaming and respond the way he did when he heard that. What's the song with the with the the nightmare style music that Kendrick
Oh,
dropped?
Euphoria.
No, the one that Family Matters dropped and then Kendrick dropped like a half hour later.
Right. Okay.
When they sent him
When you
the
can hear the
shit,
piano playing.
so people, he's celebrating the Family Matters shit, and then somebody sends him the, yo, Kendrick just dropped. He said, again, get out of here. They keep sending him the chat. He's like, nah. He plays it. He hears the beat, twist open the tequila, and just drink. Like, the reaction was so super crazy. It was like, yo, that's how you're supposed to react as a fan. And a lot of information that he gives is, even though he's clearly on Drake's side, he does give up a lot of info that's like, hold up, that's what's going on. So he moved from just being a Joe Budden victim. I don't mean that like that, Joe Budden. I know there's a lot of rumors about you. I don't mean it in that light, but
And the dog.
did you name that dog Academics? But nah, that was mad.
That was crazy.
But even to see Academics grow from that Joe Budden tree in a sense, because you could give Charlamagne some credit for that, or credit for, because I don't know any of their relationships like that, but just knowing how they talk about each other and them being this powerful in the media game, especially the hip hop media game, to see Academics become this powerful is amazing. At the end of the day, he's a lame YouTube commenting, and no disrespect to anybody in the YouTube comments now. YouTube comments now are way different than when I was growing up. We never used to comment. I never thought to ever comment on anything in my life.
Nothing.
Until the last 5 years.
Nothing.
Never. He's one of these guys that grew up as a real nerd that blew up in his basement, as opposed to Chief Keef, who was gangster. Here's the polar opposite. The guy that blew up because he was a nerd in the basement kind of shit. Even though he was a DJ, a real DJ, when he went to college or some shit like that.
Livingston.
But
I know that much.
But to see Joe again, that explosion, that connection between him and Academics, the dynamic, I should say, the old guy versus the new guy, that was ill. We never really had that, a full on.
That was cool.
Yo,
that was cool.
When Yachty was up there, there's a lot that comes with this. Yo, bro, what you said, the whole Migos shit happened because he's saying, why you keep fucking glazing these dudes, bro?
Riding these niggas, yeah.
I get it, you a fan, but you're a media dude.
End it.
That was classic.
Very.
Joe Budden walking off. If he would have got snuffed again and had to hold another steak over his eye, would have been super classic and Joe Budden style fashion. It just would have been, because that's who he is.
That nigga on set. Well, Quavo got up like, so it felt like Quavo was like, so what's up? Like, what we doing?
Right.
And Takeoff is in the back like, listen, anything pop is up. It's up for everybody. They was ready to, it looked that way, right? I would wish I was standing right there to see how all of that, because you're in a small space, right? The camera makes it look like it's just, but they were in a small confined space with that. So
he understands. Another example, he understands that he is a wrestler. Joe Budden gets it. He is Vince McMahon with the headphones on, the microphone, and then he goes into be Vince McMahon in the ring. I can tell when he thinks something's going boring on the show, if it's too mundane, look at the personalities he's bringing onto his show. You think Mona's an accident? Like, none of this shit's an accident. Flip's about to get up out of there because Mona has a lot of Flip's tendencies, unless she slips up. That's how I'm seeing it right now.
But do
Flip is
you see that
becoming
they
more
don't
expendable
pit them together?
anymore
Mona,
because that
right?
shit is
That
a
was an
shit show.
experience. It
It's a
was an
shit show.
experiment. It was an experiment, and it didn't work.
But
It
why
didn't
would
work
you?
because
But why? What are you
no,
gonna get
just
out of that?
you would get some fiery shit if Flip and Mona just leaned into it. Mona looks like she's trying to, make a name for herself. Not in the industry because she's very funny and she has her own podcast. She has her own lane. So this ups her profile for sure, but she was doing well without Joe. What I'm saying, she was climbing
Yes.
at a progressive rate. She shot through the roof. She just talked about buying a new spot and moving and all that because she get money now with Joe. So she just said that, right? But what I'm saying is that she was making a progressive climb. What I think though is that she's new in the show and she's trying to make a name for herself in that space. Flip has already done that. I also think she watched how they treated Mel over the 1 or 2 years while she was there, and so they can't dogpile on her like they used to do Mel because Mona has a little more. She's a little rougher around the edges, and she's not worried about keeping up a pristine feminine image as opposed to just telling y'all how it is. I love that about her. Mel would have been so great if she leaned into talking about niggas that she fucked back in the day as being a video vixen. Some of the experiences that she had, how she was treated, right? Because niggas want to hear that. And niggas, I mean, the fan base, not just us niggas. I'm talking about women, everybody that is a fan of the show. They were yearning for Melyssa to just let us know what the climb was like. Because what we got from her right now is classy Mel. That's too good for me. That's my past life. I don't really want to talk about that.
And that's
But
not
then
how she was. And that's not how she was introduced to the show. She was
right,
flirting
but
with
what are you
Ish,
bringing now?
taking her shoes off, drinking wine. That's the first episode I remember her being on, and it was like,
Oh,
this is
in
gonna be
Park's
a
basement. In Park's basement.
yes.
When she was gift wrapping pussy to Ish. Right then. That was ill. That was ill. And we had the illusion that she was jumping up and down on Ish, which they weren't. But the illusion was fun. It was fun. We love you, Mel. But keep it authentic. Keep it authentic, bro. Keep it authentic.
There's a reason. It comes from the era of being a superstar with the, Jay-Z style, Michael Jackson style, the distance. You can't do that on a podcast. I remember somebody said before, the menace material dudes, they said one time, you can't be super street and do a podcast, bro. All them street rules don't apply. You're gonna come on here and talk about what then? What do you want here? If we're gonna run down 25 different street rules every episode, you're not gonna be able to talk about anything. You're not gonna be honest or really authentic. Because what it really boils down to is that what are you really being authentic about? At what point, yo, son, I can't do that because the facade that the celebrities used to give off before was of this, just whatever image you were trying to uphold and maintain. So you were this sexy video vixen that we thought smashed everybody, whether it's true or not. You would have to give off the facade of no, I didn't, or leave us in suspense. We're past that. Like you said, bro, it's a podcast. That's not how this thing works. It's supposed to be this where you just whatever goes. And you're way too predictable. And it becomes annoying. That shit becomes annoying because what the hell are you arguing about at this point? How are you arguing with the guys on things you really don't believe in? You didn't really take part in that. You might have really been schmutted out here. And now you acting like that is the worst thing in the world. Maybe you need Jesus. I don't know. Maybe you didn't smash everybody. But
she dated Mark Lamont Hill. You think
yes,
Mark ain't get no pussy?
I would think he did.
She was in a full-fledged relationship with Flo Rida.
That's crazy.
Drake. She's dating Drake at the same time Takara. Y'all remember Takara?
I do. She's very voluptuous.
Elite.
She's voluptuous. She reminds me of the girl from SWV too. This other girl from around my way. That's neither here nor there. Takara?
Shorty from SWV.
Well, they all kind of were, but they're legendary. Calm down,
Legends.
please.
Oh, okay. So women can't. Okay.
This is
Okay.
this is what people complain that the Joe Budden show be doing. That Ish tries to bring the vibe of the manosphere and the and that was
Nigga,
really
since I was 7 years old, my mom accused me of being misogynistic. I was 7. She said, "You're such a fucking chauvinist." I said, "Oh, okay. I don't know what it means, but okay."
really
7.
so. I don't think that's misogynistic. What you said, what you did, that's not misogynistic.
I'm just saying.
You called somebody regularly yesterday. It was a basketball player.
Right. So the nerve of you to draw the line at Shorty from SWV.
I kind of
Regular
had a crush on her, man, because she looked like.
Well, then just be mad at me because I didn't think your taste was the greatest.
It's not the great. I'm not saying she's the flyest. The point is, I had a crush on her, and then Takara had the same face, but the bing bow pow.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Dropping it like she was hot.
They were in, Mel tells a story of being in the room, like came over to, she's about to go on a date with Drake. And Takara's sitting there helping her pick out an outfit or something. They in the crib chilling. And that's how they find out that they were dating Drake at the same time. It's the funniest story ever. That's the one time I'm like, well, thank you, Mel. You finally got a little vulnerable, got a little transparent, let us in a little bit.
On the show? She said that on the show?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how much. Remember,
Well,
a lot of guys.
No basketball.
It's over. I knew that 20 minutes ago. But she can't really. She will have. It's hard for her to do that too. If she really went too crazy, even a little crazy, people would make out who it is. They would, and it would be too crazy.
She got all this smoke for what's homegirl name, Fabian? You know what I'm talking about. She got all this smoke for I'm trying to say her real name. I don't want to say the name that she's known by, because once I say that, you know who I'm talking about. But what's homegirl name?
What's she known
Stephanie
by?
Something. What's Superhead's real name?
Corinne Steffens.
Corinne Steffens. There we go. That's what I needed. Yeah. So she got all this smoke for Corinne Steffens, right? For Corinne leaning into who she was, right? Right? Not being afraid to give stories, talk about it, write a book, all that fly shit, right? But now, Mel, again, we don't need to force you to be somebody you're not. But the authenticity would be dope, because now you already here above it. So now you could look at some of the other women that are in the industry and be able to like give us game, us talk about what we seeing, what we don't know, what we may need to know. It ain't always about, I don't need to know who Melyssa Ford was fucking. I don't care about that. But I'm saying there's a lot of stuff that she could talk about that she's been through in her life that would be interesting, aside from letting us know that your vernacular is expanded, that you're a beautiful woman, you enjoy microdosing, you smoke a little weed.
That's microdosing?
No, you microdose with shrooms. So she's always talking about microdosing with shrooms. She's talking about being a pot smoker now. We listen and hear about the podcast that she's doing. I don't know. She don't tell us nothing. I don't know. I was about to call her some crap. I don't know her.
I think the problem is not having her there with Mona, because Mona would be able to bring it out of her. And then you have too many dudes that really, like when Ish and her used to go at it, Ish yells at everybody like that. So it can be intimidating.
Me, I do that. Just telling you. You niggas can't look scared on the screen with me. You can't. You gotta fight back. And then when we get off screen, but you can't look scared with me on the screen. You're a Dominican, you're a 43-year-old Dominican, a wife and kids. You can't look scared on the screen with me. You gotta be tough.
Hold on. That's the key to life, though, real quick. In New York City, you gotta at least. I was telling my son that yesterday. Yo, you can't show your cards. Even if you are scared, you cannot look scared. Don't show them
I told
nothing.
Jules that early. I'm glad you told Jules that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you told him that early.
Because some kid, I think he feels like it's picking on him or something like that. I say, yo, what you need to do is ignore him. He comes to say, what's up, bro? And keep it pushing. And if he's hanging out with your friends, other friends, don't hang out with them. And eventually, if they're really your friends, they'll come hang out with you and they'll ask you why. You'll be like, and the homeboy come through, you'll be like, I don't like you. You tell them straight up, you're not gonna like everybody, and everybody's not gonna like you. Stop trying to be liked. It's not gonna work. And I know it's not like with kids, you can't just push a button, and that's the most frustrating part for parents. You want to change them. The work is the same shit you used to hear from your mother and your father all the time when you were children. That shit was over and over again. Even when you did it the right thing, they might tell you again just because like I did. No, you didn't. Go do it again or whatever. That was part of it, like just drawing a line. And in New York, that's part of it, bro. You can't look scared. And not looking scared is 99% of the battle. That 1% of the dudes that are nuts, you better be ready for. If not, don't lie to yourself. Run. That's when you find out who you are. Run. Don't. That's the biggest mistake I ever made in my life, was not being more honest with myself, especially a lot younger, and going, I'm going this way and gonna be a trillionaire. And instead, I'm here with Flea talking about basketball for 45 minutes. And if we ain't talking liquor basketball yet, and I really don't give a fuck. I want to see how these numbers do with this shit now. Fuck it. We've been talking about doing this.
Yeah, we have. And it just naturally happened, like most things happen with me and my brother. So we'll see.
How long did we say, yo, I want to critique other podcasts? Because listen.
We did. And
but
here's the thing. I want people to hear this when they get ready to comment. I don't care about what you niggas think about how I feel about this. I don't care. Okay. I would love the interaction, but I don't care.
But calm down.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck? How are you getting defensive and nobody's offensive? That's crazy.
This nigga's a lunatic, right? I'm sorry, man.
No, that's called future tripping. There's so many things that even with kids, you remind yourself like, yo, I forgot I had to get over that.
It's true. Very true.
Like, yo, and that's why parents get frustrated too. Like, yo, don't you see you got to do this? It's just like, no, they don't see it. They're kids. They don't see it. They don't know. They're scared. You're scared too. That's another thing. People be terrified. Bro, I'm scared every day of my life.
Listen, life is hard at best. At best. When it's the best, it's hard. Think about that. When it's the best, think about the best. 43 years here, 38 years here. The best time in my life was still hard. It was still challenging. I still had to show up a certain way to get done whatever I had needed to get done, to step to whatever I have to step to. So it could feel good. Everything could be in line. Everything could be in place. But that term, I love my mama. Shout out to my mom. Like, she beat that in me. My life is hard at best. So when the sun is shining and shit is lit and everything is feeling good, keep stepping to when life is whipping your ass. The same way you step into life when it's kicking your ass is the same way you got to step to it when it's feeling good. Because that feeling good shit is a facade. Something is coming. Something is on the way. It's all about how you respond. It's all about how you react, right? We much rather you respond than react, right? Because reactions are, usually filled with emotion, a la Flea, right? Like, it's usually filled with emotion. It's usually filled with a lack of focus on what you're trying to say. You're just trying to be loud and ignorant and dumb, right? Instead of being poised, take a breath, talk about my son all day. I was just talking to my son for like 10 minutes and applauding him and talking about him and my dad and how I wish I had their demeanor growing up and as an adult man. My dad don't get rattled. My son doesn't get rattled by nothing unless they choose to be. Nigga, you could blow at me and I might get rattled. I'm working on that, y'all. But I just see the grave difference between me and my dad. I'm my mama's child. I am.
I think it depends on a moment for me.
I move off of emotion a lot, and I have to change that, right? Because it's never said what it's never done anything good for me by moving off of emotion, reacting instead of just responding. I've never got a good outcome, except on the basketball court. That's it. And even then, you got to be tactful. You can't get out of your game. Niggas used to know, oh, talk shit to Flea, he's done. He's done. Because now he just wants to talk shit back and forth with you, and he's forgetting about playing basketball. Now it's a me and Fabian thing. It ain't even about winning the game, going to get a bucket, winning the matchup. Now it's I need to talk shit better than you. You got me now. You got me.
This is why I can't believe you guys disagree so much with the Draymond thing.
What is there to disagree about?
The fact that this talentless bum that everybody wants to frame him as has a connection of leadership with everyone up the chain of command is where I go, I don't know what he did. I don't know how persuasive he is in there. Because to me, he be sounding fake smart. But he seems to understand the game. And he understands, I think they understand that he understands that negotiation of the no fear shit. When you at the table and you inform a guy like that, he can bully you at the negotiation table. That's the kind of guy Draymond is. And Kenyon Martin, I don't know him for that. Like, I got to give Draymond, what does he know? I've always said that. I joke around and say, does he have somebody's naked pictures? Nah, what does he know to get to convince the general manager, the coach, and the owner to be on his side like that? Kenyon Martin has never done that. So when you I only brought this back up because you said somebody could rattle you on the court and then now it's on, but that's what he looked for. And if he imagine if you didn't get rattled, you just looked at him like, what? He couldn't. Now he knows it's not gonna work with you. Now I gotta play ball with you. Damn, now I really gotta work hard tonight. That's where Kenyon Martin is saying, "Oh, you're a bum. You can't do what I do." And it's like, bro, not only did he pull the leadership thing off, he's in his career, he's going to be known as like the greatest defender of his generation. At some point, when you go off with these critiques, we're taking away from how he sniffed out the rattling. He rattled, and Kenyon Martin was easily rattled. And I'm not saying Draymond is super mentally tough either.
Yeah, because he said, because the underachieving thing is a poke at a number one pick. That's what you do with a number one pick who never won any individual awards, never won a championship. That's what you do with a number one pick. Because at the end of the day, Kenyon Martin ain't Michael Olowokandi. Kenyon Martin ain't Anthony Bennett, right? Kenyon Martin's not Purvis Ellison. But Kenyon Martin also isn't Dwight Howard or Derrick Rose or, you know what I mean? Like a Patrick Ewing. I'm just talking about number one overall picks that, like, you know, had a lot of individual success and some team success. He had a lot of team success. It's very early, very early. So I just think that, hey, listen, Fabian. My issue with this entire thing is that it morphed into a conversation that don't really matter.
No, wait.
Conversation. Go ahead.
No. Because as you're saying that, it just made me realize Draymond Green knew exactly what he was doing when he used those words. And I can't believe I didn't put it together now when you said that's what you do to a number one pick who does get rattled. He would have had him like when Richard Jefferson said, yo, if you would have said that to Draymond, to Kenyon Martin on the court, he would have fought you. And it's like, yeah, and he would have got kicked out.
Right.
That now he just got you talking about him and got him going viral. We haven't heard Draymond respond. He let everybody else put him in the algorithm. He has to do no work whatsoever. And this is what I'm saying. Like, he knows how to work this because he's not charismatic. I do not look for Draymond Green podcast. unless there's a super guest on there. So I didn't think about it until you just said that's what you tell a former number one pick. And he got him. Like he did to Kenyon what he would do to him on the court. He did to Kenyon what he does on the court. Draymond keeps earning my respect every single day. I know we got to run. Definitely chopping some of this up.
Show up and step to people that be ready, that be with it. That's all I want to see. Step to people that's with it. Step to people that's with it.
And what happens then?
We shall see.
No, play it out. It's only two things that can happen, right? Somebody's gonna swing on him.
Bro, do you understand back in the day that niggas wasn't mad about getting a 1-2 game suspension? Like niggas wasn't mad about paying $50,000, $75,000. Like they were okay with that because they knew that the rest of the team was going to ante up, pay the fine for him, and play great basketball for the game that he was out. So if Isaiah Stewart hauls off on Draymond Green one day and cracks his eye socket, 1 game, 2 game, 3 game suspension, you'll be back.
Back in the day, yes, and that's what we keep. Well, this is what we keep doing.
But see, Fabian, here's the thing. Back in the day, guys weren't worried about what it looked like either. Like there was a fear of being embarrassed. Today, nobody wants to be embarrassed on this screen, bro. Nobody wants to be embarrassed. So for a nigga like that to potentially at some point ever get embarrassed, that's not gonna sit well with Draymond. If he ever got in a position where he got embarrassed, he had Rudy Gobert in a chokehold. Right. You don't think niggas clown Rudy to this day about getting in a chokehold with a nigga that's almost 2 feet shorter than you, almost a foot shorter than you? Right.
I forgot about that.
The chokehold, bro. I'm just saying, if a nigga gets in a choke, if he gets whoever, I don't know, whoever you want to call, the toughest nigga that y'all think, if he gets it, that nigga and now it's up.
Who does that hurt more?
Draymond Green.
I don't think so. If Isaiah Stewart hauls off on Draymond Green, he's getting suspended for 15 games.
If Jeremiah fears a rookie right now who ain't got no problem jumping in every nigga face.
Yes, he's going bananas.
He was ready for Jimmy, Dylan Brooks,
Luka,
whoever else he's with all his shits. If he does it, then what? If he does it, then what?
He's not worth what Draymond wants to do that over.
If he does it, then what?
I'll tell you who Jeremiah fears ain't gonna do that with. Who? Mo Wagner.
Wagner.
They don't listen. Draymond don't want no problems with him.
Mo Wagner.
Mo Wagner is the white Draymond that nobody talks about because he ain't got no Steph Curry.
You see what Mo Wagner did to Killian Hayes, right? Knocked his ass out.
Recently?
Nah, it's like two or 3 years ago when they got.
Son, Mo Wagner is nuts. I watch any Orlando Magic versus Luka game. I watch. That is must-see TV. I will rewatch it just to see what happened. Go on YouTube immediately. What happened? Yo, they fucked the same girl, bro. I'm convinced. I don't know what happened in Yugoslavia.
What you told me last night,
Ukraine, wherever you guys are from. No disrespect.
What you told me last night?
I don't remember.
When I told you about that story about getting hated on.
Yes.
What you told me about last night? What
What did I say?
Fabian said, I don't argue with niggas over women and money. I don't do it. I don't do it. None of these niggas should either.
Are you kidding me?
It's crazy,
Yo,
right?
Flea. Now hold
I'm
on.
with you. I understand.
You talking to a 43-year-old right now, right? If I was
Yes, sir.
23 and I was smashing and dashing this broad, and I'm like digging it like, yo, and then homeboy tells me her address on the court or some slick shit like, yeah, 34th and 7th, right?
Building C, 3rd floor. Oh,
3C,
you
huh?
like what? You building C, huh?
Yo,
Right. Yo, get us out of here, man. Get us out of here, right?
Big Flea.
The big,
Never the little one.
the fucking biggest, y'all.
I told you, and dudes can say whatever they want. That's why I don't do it. These dudes be lying. But I don't when or word, because I just got her number. That's
See his heart dropping his ass.
see
His
you
heart
look
dropping.
no, see you look like that was he think it's sad.
Heart
Start
right
crying
in
like,
his
what
ass.
was that?
What's wrong with you? This should be good, Ray. I want to see how this does.
Yeah. Put it up on both channels, see what's up.
Right.
Let us know if you want to see more of these. We're gonna do them anyway, because we had a plan,
Yes,
but
we had a plan.
that shit.
We deviated from everything, but that's how beautiful things grow. Pause. Because my shit beautiful when it grows.
At what point are we gonna end pause? We've been saying this since I was 16, 17. Literally.
I'm not ending it. I have fun. It's laughs, it's jokes.
It is.
It keeps things light. Niggas don't like it. Know what to tell you.
That shit is everywhere though.
Everywhere. Have fun with it, man. Yeah. We could talk about not taking ourselves too serious, but we can't play like, come on, man. Beat it. Pause.
Yo, and we used to do that as kids, but we didn't have the pause word. And nobody remembers that.
What did we say?
We just be like, huh? It would be like, nah. It was something, but we always had a reaction like, whoa. Then came because Ayo kind of came along with the pause.
Yeah, that's what kind of came along with the pause.
And so did the no NH. You ain't getting me to get fired up in this.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what we used to say. At least I used to say that.
Yes.
Before pause.
Yes.
Yeah. I used to say NH.
But it was both for us. It was both for us. Because it became, right. I don't know. I remember they said at least since 99, 98.
Yo, real quick before I let you go. Best year in hip hop to you ever. The
96. It's either 96 or 98.
All right. I'm there. 98. See y'all later.
Yeah, 98 was crazy. And 98 was a fake version of 96 or a copycat version of 96. I can break that down if you want. Real quick. Pac 2 albums, DMX 2 albums, copycat version of the same person. Lauryn Hill comes out with an album each. She blows up, goes crazy in both. Mm-hmm. Jay-Z's the only kind of difference. There's a lot that was the same. But 96 was the real breakthrough for hip hop. Foxy Brown dropped the album in both years, if I'm not mistaken. Or she was on fire in 96. Then she dropped in like late 97, 98. Yeah. There was somebody else. Mase wasn't out yet. Big dropped in between. Yeah, but there was a lot of
right?
Huh?
Life After Death.
97. That's 97. Yeah. Mase 97. Mm-hmm. 97 was a ghost year. The Mase, Big, Puff's album dropped, massive. Snoop dropped that bullshit. Master P, I think, was starting to go crazy. Right before Cash Money really. It's fogging because Jay-Z's first album came out then. He was starting to.
Reasonable Doubt came out in 96.
96, but 97 with the Volume 1 was like.
Volume 1 in my lifetime.
That's what my man, Duran, he's from your side. He said, yo, because I was a big Mase fan. He was like, yo, you ain't hear, I think I told you this. You ain't hear Jay-Z album? Well, he said, yo, he kind of got at your man. I was like, fuck, he let me hold the CD. Went to the crib. I played that song. Nah, let me play it again. Now
He said, "Let me play it again." He ain't talking about Betha. Not Betha.
And the way he says imaginary player, and it sounds like Mase. How would you do that?
Betha.
Just to hear Mase talk about that now is so ill. You know how many people didn't know that they were battling throughout the years? And I'm like, you didn't know Jay-Z? Jay-Z ruined my Mase fandom. That's how I know they were battling. People didn't know that.
You always say that. You always say that. Get us back in line. That'll be our next reaction. We'll line that up. We'll line that up. I like that. We can talk about that. Damn, the Giants is getting thumped 30-7. Jesus.
Why does football even exist? Either bring back the illegal business or throw that shit away. That shit is horrible. I don't know how you watch that.
I want steroids back in baseball. I want a lot of shit back. Keep it a buck.
Crack.
Cocaine, yeah.
Give me some
crack cocaine as well. We have some of the best pitchers and best hitters off crack cocaine, methamphetamines, and steroids. Some of the best baseball we ever seen. We sound like ignorant assholes right now. But hey, guess what? The late 90s was a hell of a time for baseball, y'all.
That shit, hold on. Bro, that shit was so crazy. We got a high off the coke and steroids. That's how high it was that we go like, yo, there has never been nothing like that shit. I don't even want to watch baseball no more.
It's a fact.
Barry Bonds. I keep telling, don't bring this subject back anymore because people don't believe me. I say, yo, Barry Bonds is the best athlete in any sport. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
I mean, you say that because being able to hit a baseball is the hardest thing in the world.
No, Flea. No. Forget about that being hard. Every sport is tough. Forget about that.
Every sport is tough. If I'm comparing all sports, hitting a baseball is the hardest. All right,
what if Shaq played every single game? He would have averaged like a 79% field goal percentage. And we'd be like, yo, it's over. Like, just change the rules now. It's over. Mm-hmm. They're lucky Bonds didn't have a real team. He was really just one pitch a game. What is that? That means in basketball, that means we're fouling you every play. Bring back that coke and them steroids. I don't know what else you're gonna bring back. Bring Pun back?
Oh, you got to bring Pun back. Got to. When we click this up, we got to play some Pun on this.
I'm not playing. I'm not copyright claiming this. Pun, no disrespect, bro. Yo, we out of here, man.
I'm out, man.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.